Yo, what's up guys? My name is JT and we're going to review this gorgeous ScaleTrains Dash 9 right here on Model Railroad in the Southwest. So this is an HO scale model from ScaleTrains. This is a Dash 9. It comes with ESU Lok Sound and it is a Norfolk Southern engine. I took advantage of the Father's Day sale from ScaleTrains and I got this for $217.99 and that was a really good deal. So let's go ahead and open up this package. Let me tell you guys, this package is very nice. It's the same as every ScaleTrains packaging that they have, so it's very sturdy. Alright, when you open it up, you'll find this piece of foam, and then you'll find the operator's manual with a ton of information on how to run your model, and has a bunch of other information about the decoder and some other stuff, just like so go ahead and put that aside. There is the model, and it is looking gorgeous. So let's go ahead and take this out of the box. So the model comes in the typical clamshell packaging that most manufacturers use these days. So how you open it up is you slide the inner packaging out from the sleeve, and you'll find some extra bearing caps, and you pop this open right here, and there's the model. So when you pull this model out, I want to say be very careful that you just do not set this out on your workbench or anywhere, because on the bottom it has these little pieces of plastic that help secure it inside the packaging. If you were to just set it out onto your workbench, it's going to fall over and you could break some details. So let's go ahead and put this on a Lazy Susan and take a better look. So upon opening the box and further inspection, I did not find any sort of discrepancy with this unit. There were no details sitting on the bottom of the box, and all the paint looks to be in very good condition. So I'd like to bring your attention to the top of the cab. There's a very nicely done PTC antenna along with lighted number boards and a lighted headlight. All the lights on this model are LED. You'll find some finely done windshield wipers that do not look chunky whatsoever. Some grabs here on the top of the hood, and also this door that looks really scale. It does not look too big, and it looks very nicely done. You'll find some lighted ditch lights that do flash upon when the horn is depressed. You'll see these MU hoses. One thing I wanted to point out about this hose here is that ScaleTrains puts a bracket that attaches it to the bottom of the anti-climber. Other manufacturers do not do that, so I really think that separates ScaleTrains from other manufacturers, is that bracket, because if you look on other models, it seems like it's just free floating and it looks kind of funny. You'll find the ScaleTrains coupler right here along with some more MU hoses. I think this plow looks very nicely done, which is very big in my opinion, along with these grabs here that look very nicely done because they're painted a different color, and you'll find some cut levers as well as some other connections. As you see underneath the anti-climber, you'll find some more connections. At this angle, I like to point out the separately applied sunshades along with these grills that look especially nice. There are a bunch of these little decals that look very nice underneath magnification. The truck detail looks very nicely done along with the undersill detail. You can even see the jacking points underneath the cab right there. On the fuel tank, I'd like to point out the sight glass. It looks very nicely done. It seems like you can actually see the fuel level. Towards the rear of the engine, underneath the radiator, you can see these see-through etched metal grills. Underneath there, you can see that there's a separately applied brake wheel right there. And underneath here you can find some molded chain that looks pretty good. It looks almost like metal. So let's take a look at the rear of the model. You'll find a ton of detail back here. You'll find that there is a small pocket right here where the sand filler hatch is. You'll find some lighted rear ditch lights that do flash when the horn is played. Underneath each ditch light you'll find a small decal, which is a really cool touch. You'll find the same hose down here with the same bracket. You'll find some spare knuckle couplers along with the MU hoses, and you'll find that behind them there's a small area where you can tuck those MU hoses in near the pilot. So the details on this unit are absolutely just jaw-dropping. The Etched metal grills continue along the side right here, along with these decals that can be read underneath magnification. There's a ton of intricately done details alongside with these tanks. You can even see the piping underneath there. That is my favorite aspect of GE engines. I love the way those tanks look on the side. I think they just really give this engine some character. So I like to bring your attention to closer to the rear, to the front of the engine, behind the cab. You can see that these etched metal grills right here, you can see some detail behind them. I will move the engine just a little bit so you can see that a little bit better. So that is what I absolutely love about ScaleTrains, is that they pay so much attention to detail, and it really brings these models to life and really makes them pop. So let's go ahead and take a look at the top of the engine. One thing you'll always hear me say about a model is that the horn makes or breaks an engine. If the horn does not look good, if you cannot see down into that trumpet, if you can't see the bolts on the back of the diaphragm, I think it just really kills the entire look of an engine. So this one looks especially nice. You can see down into the trumpet, as you can see there. You can also see the detail on the back of the diaphragm, which looks really good. So I think ScaleTrains really did a great job on the casting for this horn. The top of the model looks really good. You can't really see all the way down into that smokestack, although it does have some depth to it, so it doesn't look fake. These grills are really nice and almost see-through. You can see some detail down in there, but they're not exactly all the way into the model. There is a PTC antenna that I mentioned earlier and a bunch of little decals. So let's go ahead and take a look at this model on the track and see what it sounds like. So guys, as always, ScaleTrains knocked this one out of the park. This engine is gorgeous. It has a ton of detail, it runs really well, and it sounds phenomenal. If you guys have been on the fence about getting a ScaleTrains Dash 9, don't be. This thing will amaze you. I really don't think there are any more in stock in HO scale on the site, although if there are any future releases, I highly recommend picking up 1 or 2 or 3 of these, or even more than that if you can't afford them, because these are really good models. So guys, if you guys have any questions about this model, go ahead and put it on a comment down below. If it's a very long question, send me an email. You can find my email on my info. So guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe, because there will be more content like this in the future. So guys, talk to you later. Take care and keep it between the rails.